What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. It is 2 days after the League Cup final, people, and I have to say I'm still hurting from that result. Look, in my match preview I said this was a 50-50 game, and it all comes down to who turns up for that day. And boy, Man City did turn up in that game. They performed very well, I have to say. Our boys did turn up. In the first half, we performed all right, certain portion of the first half, but in the second half, we were horrendous, I have to say. Terrible second half from the boys. And Man City outplayed us. And Pep Guardiola schooled Arteta on the day. Arteta said to the boys after the game that you will go through pain in football, right? Certain matches you will lose. That's what it is. Just part of the football. But the question is, how many times are you going to choke in a very important moment? How many times are you going to choke in an important moment? Arteta, you need to sort that out. You need to sort that out. Right? Look, we had an opportunity to bring home a silverware, the first one of the season, and we can take advantage of the situation. We just couldn't, right? That's what it is. We got 2 more months to go. We are playing for 3 more trophies, people. It is the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Champions League, and I seriously hope that we can get at least 2 of those trophies. That's what I'm hoping for. That is what I'm hoping for. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about the League Cup final. I'm here to talk about Eberechi Eze, people. Eberechi Eze got a knock in the Bayer Leverkusen game, and Arteta said this on Saturday, I think it was. No, it was on Monday, wasn't it? Yes. He said, unfortunately, Eberechi Eze received a knock in our last training. I don't know when he will be back, but we surely lost an important player in this cup final day and in our title charge. That's what he said. And you remember Eberechi Eze getting this knock in the Bayer Leverkusen game, wasn't it? Yes. About around 60 minutes or 65 minutes into that game, in the second leg against Bayer Leverkusen, Eberechi Eze went down, holding on to his leg basically, and he was substituted, and Kai Havertz came in on the field, and we thought it was a bit of a knock, and that's what we all think still, right? And he came and he trained on Saturday. That was the last training that we had with the team, and it turned out that he needs to scan on that leg. He needs to scan that leg. It is a little bit more than a knock. That's what it looks like. And boy, we are gonna miss a very important player, I have to say, in the title charge basically. And I hope that we don't fall short in this title race. We are 9 points clear of Man City currently. Players like Eberechi Eze is very important because we don't have Martin Odegaard. He's still out with that knee injury, people. Seriously, it's crazy what's going on with these injuries, right? And to lose Eberechi Eze at this point, I hope we haven't lost him. That's what I'm hoping for. But it doesn't fill me with confidence that he needs a scan on that leg, so he could be out for a little while. That's what I'm thinking here. That is what I'm thinking here. And the second thing is that there are a couple of players that have picked up injuries, right? These are the players that have picked up injuries, people. These are the players that have picked up injuries. Arsenal Radar had this on his tweet: Arsenal injuries update and return dates. Look at this. William Saliba, left ankle issue, and he's not going to the international break. He's out of the France squad basically. And possible return, it is on 4th of April. The 4th of April, the game against Southampton, right? Eberechi Eze, calf injury, they said further scan is needed, and return date unknown. We do not know when he will be returning, people. It's a big blow. It is a big blow, people. Kai Havertz hasn't been able to do the job in that game in the final day, in the final cup, in the League Cup final, I should say. And we needed Eze in that game, and unfortunately, it is what it is. This is just part of football. And then you have Jurrien Timber still recovering, right? Missed recent games, and the possible return date is on the 4th of April against Southampton. People, Martin Odegaard out with the knee injury, and he's out for a month. The possible return date, they said, is on the 4th of April in the game against Southampton. And we know Mikel Merino, he has that foot surgery, and that is a long-term recovery. That is what's going on currently with these injuries. It is frustrating to have these players injured, especially Eze, William Saliba, and Jurrien Timber. People, these are players that we cannot be without. They are so important to the way that we play, right? Eze coming into that team, doing what he was doing, and really giving us a bit of a boost in that midfield, a bit of a creativity in that midfield, and we cannot be without a player like him. Like I said, Kai Havertz came in the final, the League Cup final, and he just simply couldn't do the job against Man City. He just couldn't, right? A lot of people said that Kai Havertz can perform a job in that creative midfield, but we've seen it on the League Cup final that he's not that type of a player. He's more of a second striker, just behind the striker as a number 10, right? And just basically playing with the striker to create chances for the striker, basically. That is Kai Havertz. He's not a creative midfielder, but he does have an eye for pass. He really does have an eye for pass, but he's not a creative midfielder. He is not. So it is a big blow that Eze is going to have this scan, and it could be more of a problem for us in the coming games, right? It could be a problem for us. Who are we going to play in that midfield as the number 10? Bukayo Saka was brought into that position the game in the League Cup final for a little while in the second half, and he's not the type of player that can do that job. He doesn't have the capabilities for it, and unfortunately Bukayo Saka, after coming back from the injury, he hasn't been the same player. Unfortunately, that's what it is. So it's a big blow. It is a big blow. We don't know when he's gonna come back. Eze and the other boys, we've seen the return dates on that tweet itself, and I really hope that our boys come back very quick, stronger and fitter, right? We do have 2 months left of the season, and we need to go in with all that we have, with all our might, and get these trophies home, people. That's what we need to do. That's all I had for you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. What do you guys think about this? Have you guys heard anything about Eze's injury? And what have you guys read about? Let me know in the comment. Leave your thoughts in the comment down below the video. And thank you for tuning in once again. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I wish you a good day. Take care, people.